Hey, welcome to another episode of Three Conservative Gimps. Welcome, everybody. It's going to be just the two of us again this week. Unfortunately, Judy is not back to 100%, so Lloyd is not going to be joining us tonight. So let's keep those two in our thoughts and our prayers, and hopefully we'll see them next week. And hopefully Lloyd will have a show tomorrow night. So let's bring in my co-host all the way from that great blue state of New York. It is Charles Gillespie. Welcome, Charles.
Hey, Art. Hey, everybody in the chat.
So, how's the weather in your area? Is it cold, snowy?
Still cold, yep.
Yep. Well, today we were in the low 50s today. Finally got my window fixed on my car, so I can now roll it up and down, which is good. So happy about that. And my Detroit Lions won today, so they go on to the NFC Championship game with the San Francisco 49ers. So it should be a good game, and if they win that one, then they're in the Super Bowl. So they just need to win one more game. And the last time they were played for the NFC Championship was 1991.
Wow.
Which they lost to, I think, either Dallas or New York. So, and that was also the year the Broncos lost to, who was it? Oh, the Buffalo Bills, when the Bills made that long streak of 4 consecutive Super Bowls and managed to lose every one of them. So kind of reminded me of the early Broncos Super Bowl games with Elway losing 3 and finally getting a chance to win 2 of them later on in his career. So that's great. So we got some great news. We just had, I thought it's not a primary, it's the caucus in Iowa, and Trump won and won big. So
yes.
And it looks like he's clearing the field because Ramaswamy dropped out right away and has endorsed him. And just yesterday, Tim Scott of South Carolina also endorsed Trump. And just within the last half hour or so, Ron DeSantis has dropped out and also has endorsed Donald Trump. So now just Donald Trump and Nikki Haley.
Yeah.
So that'll be interesting to see how that goes. And he'll probably debate her. So
yeah,
it'll be interesting to see how that goes. And so Democrats are still working hard to try to keep RFK Jr. off the ballot in many states. Gee, I thought the Democrats were complaining about saving democracy.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's save democracy by keeping Trump off and also these other minor candidates that might impact their numbers. So
yeah.
So it'll be interesting. My perspective, I just hope that the Republican Party will coalesce around Donald Trump. It looks like he's going to be the nominee. And
probably, yeah.
So I hope they decide to put away their differences and say, hey, we need to win back the White House. We can't afford to have Joe Biden win another term, or any Democrat that, if heaven forbid, Biden cannot run again. So hopefully that'll work out in our favor, and It'll just be down to those two. And I think with Biden's horrible record, I think Trump will be able to exploit that and say, hey, you had 8 years under Obama and you didn't do anything then. Now you're president and not doing anything. So,
Well, we'll have to see. And of course, there's always the possibility that all of the illegals that they've let in, who they're hoping they can, manipulate the law somehow to be able to allow them to vote, will
right,
go in a direction that they don't expect.
right. Mm-hmm. So that'll be interesting to see how that goes. And I'm just worried that if Trump ends up being the president, it's going to be like 2020, 2019 all over again with these riots all over the country at major cities. And that just kind of, I just don't want to be on the freeway and find out that these knuckleheads have decided, hey, we're going to block the freeway. So I wonder if anybody will be bold enough to say, I'm tired of this crap. I'm going to run their asses over. And that's what may happen. Yeah. But here's my solution. If you want to get these people off the road, is build a mechanism where on your car you have the ability to shoot paintballs at them.
You
So you're coming down the highway, you just go pow, 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 and oops, son of a bitch, out, and get the hell off the road, and and if they're dumb enough to get hit in the face and blinded, well, that's their stupid fault. They didn't need to be on the freeway.
Those, Tom Dowling has one of those. It's a pistol that fires something like a paintball, but it's got like
pepper
some
spray.
sort of yeah, but it's in a ball form.
Right. Yeah, it's a non-lethal pistol. Yeah, for self-defense. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then they'll want to. Oh, we gotta have a 10-day waiting period for you to get a paintball gun. Wow. So let's see. Everybody in the chat. We already got a fairly good crowd. We got Andrew and Steve Knowles. So we got somebody from the other side of the pond, and we got Joe America, Captain Joe. Welcome. We got Brian. Waypoint, New England, Charles Skalusky, Matt's there, 420. Matt's our resident liberal, and Lee Yellow Rose Drones. Welcome. So we got a good crowd tonight. Maybe Steve Carpenter will pop in the chat. He usually comes in towards the end of the show. So. Yeah. Okay, I'll have to check out that short. And today I've been busy getting some video uploaded for the drone channel. So that'll be interesting. You know what? I need to get some shorts for this channel. So I need to come up with some ideas, some shorts under a minute long to throw in there. And one of the things that I have noticed on my drone channel is the shorts have been helping my channel. My channel is growing. I just looked, I'm at 3630 subscribers, and yeah, so it's growing, and I've looked at some of the shorts. they're still growing. One of the Mary Burke videos is now at 6.1K.
Wow.
And I have another one that's 4.8K, and several that are like over 2K, which is good. And so I've got two more Mary Burks coming up. One tonight at 9 p.m. Mountain Time, and one at 3 a.m. Mountain Time. So those seem to be that's the sweet spot for uploading, having the videos go live then. And also, I've been playing around with the TikTok app, and so I released a video earlier today, and that's it's not, I mean, it's not doing huge numbers, but it's got a steady growing.
Cool.
So I also made a Ken Heron short. You know how Ken, he kind of has a, I don't know, for phallic graffiti. So I made a short that's under 1 minute, and if you're a member, you'll be able to see it here first.
Are
So
you saying Ken has a certain yen?
yes, yen, yeah. So check that out. I've got some funny stuff in there, and I got a congresswoman in there who mentions uh, might cause an erection, you know.
Oh
And
yeah,
she
I heard that. Yeah.
yeah, that was on, I heard first time I heard that was on Gutfeld this week, and she's that Indian uh, congresswoman. Is she from Washington State or New York?
I would say Washington State. I don't.
Yeah, I think it's Washington. Yeah, yeah. So, and then if you watch Gutfeld this week, they had they put up a clip from Dick Morris, and there was an interview where Dick Morris was talking, and all of a sudden the door opens, and there's this guy in a white beater and shorts just walks right in, and it turns out it's one of his friends that does some work around the house and does some what is it? Oh yeah, some computer stuff for him,
Mm-hmm.
and so that caused quite a chuckle. And then I guess yesterday, they had, or Friday, they had the guy on and interviewed him, and he was quite an interesting fellow. So,
Cool. Cool.
so Andrew said there's a short that's suggesting removal of the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah. Well, what that Senator Frost guy said is that, in a nutshell, is it because Republicans want to go back to having a regulated border that Republicans would also want to remove the Statue of Liberty.
Oh, that's silly. Yeah.
Yeah, the
Well,
Statue of Liberty never. I mean, yes, there is the bring me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free, but not millions upon millions of military age men, with independent income, who are not here for a legitimate purpose.
right. Yep, that's true. And who was it? Somebody quoted saying, if you don't enforce your border, you don't have a country, which is, yeah. Oh yeah, that's the Bills game that's on Kansas City and and Buffalo Bills, and they're playing in Kansas City, so it's not that cold today because we've got a warm front coming through. So it'll be interesting primary season this year. I mean, or it'll be boring. Who knows? Because it looks like Trump has cleared the field, and now it's
Yeah.
just down to Nikki and Donald. And well, of course, Biden doesn't have a challenger. And
Yeah.
no,
At least
Andrew,
not
they're
yet.
playing in Kansas City. Yeah. And we got Ronnie. God bless America. Welcome, welcome. So that's what's going on. And, I think the main issue is the border. And it'll be interesting to see how that plays
Yeah.
in. Mm-hmm. That's right, Andrew. DeSantis has dropped out of the race and has endorsed Donald Trump, which is good. So my only worry is the Lynn Cheneys or the
never Trumpers.
The never Trumpers will say, well, we're not going to vote. We'll vote for JFK Jr. or somebody. Some will even vote for Joe Biden. I think Romney voted for Biden. Yeah. Thank you, Andrew. We will pass that along to him. And here's an interesting story I just heard from one of my local talk show hosts. Friday she does a free for all show. She just gets text messages and so forth from people to the station, and evidently there was a woman who went to a restaurant in Boulder, and if you don't know, Boulder is a very liberal state. That's where the University of Colorado is located. And so she went to pay her bill, and the waiter or waitress refused to use her credit card because her last name was Trumpy. And even the manager of the restaurant would say, that's up there. So that just goes to show you the hatred that's out there. And Nikki Haley has stated that she will not be his running mate. I think it'll be either DeSantis or
Vivek.
Vivek. Yep. So I'm
It will
just
be
worried.
interesting to see what ticket evolves.
Yes. That'll be very interesting. So, and what happens between now and the election? I mean, are we going to have some, I don't know, BLM, Antifa riots going on, or are they going to wait until after the election and start screaming, "Oh, the election was stolen"?
I don't know, because the driving force behind BLM has taken all the money and ran.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
She's
That's
living
true.
in an upper class white neighborhood,
right? Mm-hmm.
And doesn't give a crap about anything else.
Wasn't a BLM kind of an offshoot of what happened with Acorn? when Acorn kind of fell
Well, that I
apart
don't
for
know.
about the same reason as well. So I think they just reconstituted and changed the name and to BLM instead. Yep. You're right, Andrew. Scott is on that list, and Christy Nome of South Dakota is also a possibility. Yep. God, if he picks Christy Nome, I mean, she's a hottie. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And here in Colorado, Lauren Boebert has flipped the district. She's going from the 3rd district to the 4th district because the 4th district is even redder than her current district. And plus, the Hollywood types are dumping a lot of what they call dark money into the race there. Yeah. Because if you don't know, Aspen is located in that district and is very liberal. And Boebert only won by 500 votes last time. So, but she will have a battle just to win the primary in that district because you have some pretty well-known folks running in that district, and I've known some of them for about 12 years now, like Jerry Sonnenberg. I remember when he was a state rep from Sterling, and then he became a state senator, and I believe he's term limited, so now he's running for Congress when Ken Buck decided not to seek re-election. Yeah. And for those of you who don't know, Ken Buck is a cancer survivor, so that might be another factor in why he's decided to drop out, other than, the hassle of dealing with the different factions in the party and trying to get things done and dealing with the vitriol from the other party, the Democrat Party.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I could see how that could, wear on somebody after a while.
Yeah. No, I understand. Yep.
Andrew, I am running for vice president with Lloyd Mendenhall. We're on the Dem Republican ticket. So he's the president, I'll be the vice president. Yep.
Didn't the No Labels Party? Who started that up? I thought, and I understand I could be very wrong here, but my understanding was that Trump started the No Labels Party.
You know what? I will look up who started the No Labels Party. Okay. Nancy Jacobson.
Oh, okay.
Is the founder. Yeah, CEO. Yeah. Who worked for the Clintons. So, yeah. So it'll be interesting to see how that works. And, if they get a candidate, they may split some of the Democrat vote, just like RFK Jr. And he's toying with the idea of starting his own party as well. Yes. Yeah.
Wow, that's gonna split up a lot of people.
Right.
If he does that.
Yep. And also the Never Trumpers will probably vote for him too. So hopefully that group is small enough that it's not going to be as big a factor for Trump as it will be for Joe Biden. Because I think there are a lot of Democrats that are just really getting a little tired of this woke crap that's going on.
Yeah.
You know? So who knows? We'll see how that goes. I could see, well, I think Ben Carson, wasn't he, oh God, the general.
He was the like
Oh,
Secretary of Housing or something like that.
yeah, something like that. Yeah, I believe so.
I mean, I know, yeah, I know he had to do. I know he was involved with housing. I just don't remember his exact title.
Right. Yeah. And okay. So it'll be hopefully this time around. Donald Trump has the experience under his belt, and he'll be able to pick better people for his cabinet. Where, you know, the first time around he had this knucklehead for what was it? Oh God, he was former senator from Alabama. Anyway, he was not. He wouldn't either recuse himself or quash the Russia hoax investigation. He just kind of let that go, and he finally left, and Pompeo took over.
Hmm.
And that's when things started to turn around. So, and then he had Tillerson as Secretary of State, and I thought that was an odd choice, but I think Trump wanted to put more business people on his cabinet, and that really didn't work out that well. Yeah, but towards the end, he was able to get the Abraham Accords going, and he, if he becomes president again, hopefully he could finish what he started there and get more Arab nations on board and to recognize Israel and kind of use that as a shield or something to keep Iran from meddling in the Middle East, so to speak. So,
Well, I don't know. I mean, I like Egypt has been very. I don't want to. Non-committal is not really the word I'm looking for, but they won't let.
right, gaslighting.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. They're sort of like, well, we sort of, kind of support Hamas, but we don't want to. We sort of don't want the hassle and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So, but also, what Donald Trump's going to do is he's going to open up the federal lands for oil development that Biden pretty much quashed. What he did was, no, we didn't do that. But what he did is he put so much regulation and red tape in that made it unprofitable for
Yeah.
to the oil companies to drill with the leases that they've got. So hopefully, and hopefully he get the Keystone Pipeline finished. Get that finished, and then we'll be oil independent, and no matter
Well,
what.
don't we need Canada's cooperation for that? And I mean, as soon as Biden went into office and decided not to do that, they just
Well,
collapsed like a house of cards.
it's already built on that end. So I think if Trump comes in, and I think the Canadians will go, well, we can't pass up an opportunity of making money. So we'll let them have the oil, And, Trudeau, he's not going to be in power forever. So he could be replaced. And we got Cool Cat in the chat. Good to see you,
Hey,
Michael. Yep. And and also we've been making some big strides in fusion technology. So we're getting closer and closer to having a viable fusion reactor. So that looks promising. So maybe within my lifetime, I'll get to see not nuclear, but it'll still be nuclear, but it'll be fusion because you'll need the nuclear to start the reaction. And once you get that going, all you need is water.
Yep.
Yeah. And Mark R. White, welcome. Good to see you.
Hey, Mark.
And we get that set up to where, we get perfected to where it's reliable and safe. I could see the United States going to some of these poorer countries and say, we'll help you set up a plant or a generation, then they'll have cheap, abundant energy to get their economy going and feed their own people. Yeah. Which will be good. And then, of course, China will probably build their own reactors. And so, yeah, it'll make everything very reasonable. And who knows if that could be used for either propulsion or energy for, space travel. So that'll be interesting to see how that plays out.
Well, the thing with fusion for space travel, and because I know that there are certain rockets that use atomic energy for propulsion,
right?
But it's not a fusion reaction.
Right.
It's literally they fire a fission reaction outside, and it goes off, and the shockwave pushes the rocket along.
Right.
So for fusion, all you could do is have the same type of propulsion that we used in all of our satellites, that ion propulsion.
Ion propulsion.
That is great because it lasts for an enormous amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
But the acceleration rate makes a classic air-cooled Volkswagen Beetle look like a light speed chip.
Right.
It's really, really slow.
Yeah. And the problem is you'll never get to the speed of light. And it's like...
Well, yeah, but I mean, it still takes you forever to get to say the types of speeds that we get with a regular modern rocket.
Right.
A solid fuel rocket.
Right. So, and maybe we'll perfect antimatter, and use that and use that for propulsion. Welcome to 3 Conservative Gimps and technology. So what's going on in your neck of the woods politically wise? I know there are some people that decide not to run in your state, but they're in red districts, so it's not like we're going to lose this.
I'm not, well, I wouldn't necessarily say that we'd lose that district.
Right. Mm-hmm.
But I really don't. I've sort of lost focus about what is going on locally.
Right. Right. And I believe, didn't they just have a special election for Santos district? And I think a Democrat picked that up. Yeah.
I'm not.
So,
I'm not sure. I really don't know.
Andrew says Stefanik is on the short. That could be a possibility. She's
Maybe.
more of a moderate Republican, and I'm worried that if she. Oh, okay. February will be the election for Santos
Yeah.
seat. Okay, all right. The problem with Stefanik being VP is I think that'll turn off a lot of the MAGA people, the people that like the like the Never Trumpers will coalesce around that, but it's the other side, it's the other coalition, like the the Freedom Caucus might not like that. But I'm hoping they keep their sanity and decide, let's work together and let's win this race. Charles Andrew wants to know, what do you think of her?
I'm a little bit disappointed because she's one of the people that started off the charge for the not I forget what it's called, or the Drone Security Act.
Okay. Yep. Right.
So I don't know what to make of her. I'm really disappointed in that.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So we'll just have to see.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But as we discussed before, the politicians really don't know anything. They just have
staff that tells them.
They have lobbyists that show up and go,
right.
Be afraid of this.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Although on the other hand, on not last week's Coast to Coast Drones, but the week before, Rod was saying that there really was some sort of security issue.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
But he wouldn't on screen go into it.
Right. Yeah. So, and hopefully with Trump, he'll put the sanctions back on Iran and on Russia, because I guess I just saw today that the Ukrainians are using night vision in their FPV drones.
Oh, wow.
So that could be a big game changer,
That could be a big game changer, and I don't even. Wow, are there night vision units small enough to do that with? How are they doing that?
I don't know, but I just saw an FPV drone that had night vision. They were, flying around surveying. It was more like reconnaissance to see.
But what camera are they using? That's if they're what sort of drone are they using as well? I'm just wondering about the technology, how they're doing it.
Right. Yeah. So Any truth to Michael running for president? Michael who, Ronnie?
Michael is in Michelle Obama.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. But no, I think they want to prop up Joe Biden, unless they see cracks in Joe Biden's armor that she may jump in and wrestle control away from Joe Biden, and yeah. Oh, okay. She said she'd be the last man standing against. Mm-hmm. Speaking of last man, whatever happened to Ann Coulter? God, she just kind of disappeared.
Yeah, well, didn't she do a bunch of dumb stuff, anti-Trump
Yeah,
stuff?
it could be, and I think she became an ever-Trumper and became irrelevant. And another one that comes, you remember Mary Catherine Ham? She used to be on
Mm,
O'Reilly quite a bit, and she was a cutie too. Uh, don't see her anymore. But her husband died in a tragic accident, and I think that kind of messed with her
yeah,
as well. Yeah,
yeah, took the wind out of her sails.
yeah. So, and so, what is up with Rosie O'Donnell? I hear she's in the news again. Did she make another comment about Donald Trump?
I don't know. I haven't heard anything about her.
Yeah, I heard something on, I think it was Gutfeld. They mentioned Rosie O'Donnell, and yeah,
I'll look it up.
yeah. Oh, and Alec Baldwin has been uh, indicted on manslaughter charges in New Mexico. So he may be going to court. Yeah. Oh, Cool Cat says Run Cam Night Eagle.
Oh,
Ooh,
okay.
okay.
I'm not really seeing anything from her about Trump. She was whining about the Golden Globes act.
Oh,
Joe Coy.
okay. Oh,
People seem to be in pretty much an agreement that he just didn't do a good job.
right. Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah,
didn't watch it, so
yeah, yeah. That's right, Andrew. He's been recharged on manslaughter. They've there's been new evidence that has popped up, and that caused the district attorney or the attorney general to refile charges. Mary Trump is still not happy about. Of course, she's not happy about. Now, isn't she his sister or niece? I think
no, I
niece.
thought it was niece.
Yeah, yeah. And didn't she write a book or something
Yeah,
that nobody bought? Nobody, it just came out and you never heard about it again. I guess the
yeah,
only people that bought it were union folks.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Andrew, I think you're right. Niece.
Yeah,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
she is his niece.
Mm-hmm. So now I guess is it Disney or Pixar that's
Oh, good.
threatening to take Donald Trump out of the original Home Alone movie?
Oh, I don't know. I doubt Pixar because I don't think they. I don't think they have any connection with the original Home Alone
Ah,
movie, so it'd probably be Disney.
uh-huh. Okay. Oh yeah, Melania's mother has passed away just
Oh,
recently. That's correct. Uh, so so interesting stuff going around, going on with that. Yeah, there have been rumblings about a month ago where some uh, liberal eggheads, woke people at Disney, they're talking about removing Donald Trump from the
yeah,
I guess digital version of
yeah.
of yeah of Home Alone. And what happened to the Harrison deal? Oh, don't know about that, but I know Pierce Brosnan has pled guilty or no contest to going into sensitive thermal areas in Yellowstone Park by not going on the trail. He decided, oh, screw that, I'm going. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah. So, yeah. I mean,
Nice.
some of these people are arrogant enough. Oh, those rules don't apply to me. Screw that. I'm going to go over here and take a look. Yeah. That's like these idiots that fly drones and they crash into these thermal pools and end up being just blobs of plastic that
Yeah.
sunk down to the bottom. Yeah. Hopefully that plastic, what it'll happen, who knows? Maybe the minerals in that water will coalesce around the drone and make an interesting feature. Who knows?
Artifacts for
Yeah,
5,000 years from now.
he died in a car accident. Oh, okay. Ooh, interesting.
Who are we talking? Oh,
I don't know. I think he was talking about which Harrison are you talking about? Harrison Ford or
well, no, because Harrison Ford is still alive.
yeah. Uh, hmm. So nothing else happened.
Yeah. Harrison Deal, was that his name, Ronnie, or just your?
Harrison Deal.
Oh, okay, so that was
Oh,
his
Nathan
name.
Deal. Okay. Nope. Do not know who that person is. But I will Google it.
Who's
Harrison Deal. Okay, car crash. Chatham grand jury indicted driver that killed Harrison Deal. Okay, he was traveling alone at the time of the accident. Was working with Senator Kelly Loeffler campaign staff. Okay. Was traveling to advance campaign event with Vice President Mike Pence at the Savannah airport. Okay. Oh, now the conspiracists think Harrison Deal was killed to hide election fraud. Okay. Interesting. Uh, no, not Rick Harrison of Pawn Star. Oh, Rick Harrison's son died. Oh, is that Junior? Oh, did not. Wow. I used to watch that show, Pawn Stars. I know Chumley got in some legal trouble there for a while. I think he was, what was he, distributing meth or something? Yeah.
Oh, no, I didn't know. I didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess yeah.
Well, you'd be surprised, Ronnie. I mean, it depends on what they hit and the angle. Yeah. Into the back of slower. Yeah. So Chumley slimmed down. Okay. Cool. I know Rick's dad, Pa, passed away a few years ago. Yeah.
That's sad.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, how far are you from Orange County?
Me?
Yeah.
I think at least a 2-hour drive away.
Okay. Yeah, because that was the home of Orange County Choppers.
Right. That was the very first show I ever watched on cable.
Oh,
We had gotten we couldn't get cable here at this house for a lot of stupid reasons until was it 2010 or something like that?
Wow.
I know it was the dumbest thing because in the late 90s, in the late 90s, they brought cable to the little city where I live.
Right.
And they were like, "Oh, we'll run it all over the place for not for free, but for cheap. For
right.
Cheap installation."
Mm-hmm.
And so they just over there,
Right.
there's a main highway.
Right.
And so they ran it down a stretch of main highway with 0 customers on it.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Now the little road that I live on is just off the main highway, and way back then they could have gotten 11 customers if they had not run it down the main highway and run it down our road instead, and then
Right.
gone like down to the end of my road, taken a left, and brought it down to the main highway.
Right.
They didn't do that. So when it came to us getting cable, they said, "Oh, sure, we'll run it down there for $160 per customer."
Wow.
And we were like, "Nope."
Yeah,
And
that's
they wouldn't run it. They wouldn't run it for free down here or cheap until
right.
like 2010.
Wow, that's weird.
It is weird and stupid because
Mm-hmm.
we'd have probably been cable customers long, for that extra decade if they had run it
Right.
down here.
Right.
So the day that we got it, I get everything hooked up and I turn it on, and the very first thing that comes on, turn it on right in the middle of an episode of Orange County Choppers. So I turned it on, and the very first thing is the old man and the son arguing.
Right.
Like you would not believe.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It turns out all that crap is scripted stuff. Yeah. But one of my other favorite shows was Mythbusters.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a pretty good show. So, Andrew
They
says,
tried to keep it. They said they tried to keep it going after like Adam Savage and Jamie
yeah,
Hyneman left,
yep.
but it didn't go. It went nowhere fast.
Right. Yeah, because they were I mean, they were the guys,
Yeah.
I mean, that'd be like replacing Gilligan, the skipper, and still calling it Gilligan's Island,
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, I could see how that would flop. And yeah, they had it with what was it? Grant Takahara and
Yep.
that
No,
gal,
Imahara. Grant
yeah,
Imahara
Imahara,
and
yep,
Tori.
Tori, yep, yep, and that redhead gal, yeah,
Yeah, Carrie. I
Carrie,
should
yeah,
remember.
and they just weren't able to carry the show, and Imahara sadly passed away a few years ago. Yeah. So, all right. Well, we managed to make it to
Yeah.
an hour. Just bloviating. So we managed to cover quite a bit with just the two of us. And boy, I haven't, had to carry the show this much since last week. So, everybody in the chat, thank you very much for coming. Please tell your friends about this channel. Let's grow this channel. We had some good views last week, and you all have a great weekend, and we'll catch you next time. God bless. Bye bye.
Good night, folks. Don't forget to like before you leave.
Yes.